Ladies and gentlemen, today is a really special program celebrating some really special people. Our guests today are all veterans, which means that they have served in one branch of the military to protect us and all of our freedoms that we share here in the United States. So, with that being said, my little darlings, I need you to be the best audience ever. And I'm going to remind you, that means you're sitting quietly with your feet in front of you and your hands to yourself. You are not talking to your neighbor. Hand down. All you are doing is enjoying the program. Because your behavior, what's our word of the month? What is our character trait? Everybody, what is it? And our character trait is gratitude. And the best way for you to show your gratitude for their service is by showing them respect and honor by being a great audience. If I can count on you to do that, show me a thumbs up. Hands down. Best audience ever starts now.
Day, isn't it, for us?
Yeah!
But it's a bigger day for the people in this room next to us. So remember what we said. Who is today about?
Veterans!
It's about these veterans. And look at our room is full of them. And they could be anybody, right? Moms, dads, grandpas, and we have them all. Aunts and uncles. So you've practiced for this. You have a part in this. They have a part in it. And if we all do that, it's going to be a great day for you know who, right?
Yeah!
All right, so should we start?
Yeah!
All right, sit up tall, buckle in your seat, and let's get ready to meet our veterans. First, I'd like to introduce you to my co-host and give him a big round of applause, Zachary McAlumis.
Good morning and welcome to all of our special guests and our Neil Armstrong student body. We are here today to celebrate and honor those men and women of our Neil Armstrong community who have so bravely and selfishly given up their lives to serve our nation. Whether you fought in a war, provided medical care for the sick and wounded, or provided expert skill and knowledge to keep vehicles and equipment running in tip-top shape, all of these jobs were and are so vital to keeping our nation's military running thereby, keeping you and I safe and free to live our lives as we wish. We call these men and women veterans, and this morning we, the students and faculty of Neil Armstrong Elementary, wish to say thank you for your service.
Thank you, Zach. So at this time, we're going to bring in our special guest and feel free, as each family is announced, to clap and honor them. Are you ready? Gerard J. Taylor, escorted by his granddaughter Luna Boy. U.S. Marine Corps Corporal Paul Guile, escorted by his grandson Reese and Carter Weiner. Shelley Sr., escorted by his granddaughter, Ava Shelley. U.S. Air Force Sergeant Robert Jones, escorted by grandson Merritt Jones and granddaughter Ray. Sergeant Michael Anthony, escorted by granddaughter Harper Cardinal. U.S. Army Combat Medics Bradley and Margaret Haven, escorted by their son Curtis. Air Defense Artillery, Matt Walter, escorted by granddaughter Kayla Ulrich. U.S. Marine Sergeant Phil Cook. Escorted by grandson Eric Connolly. U.S. Sergeant Mark Carpenter, escorted by his grandson Tony Wiggins. Stephen Robacker, escorted by granddaughter Carly Robacker. And U.S. Sergeant Joseph Burke, escorted by grandson Killian Burke. And U.S. Marine like to call to the stage our three morning singers, and they will lead us in the pledge and the singing of America.
Good morning. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and stay standing as we sing America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. At this time, I would like to introduce to you our guest speaker for today, and a friend of mine, Mr. Justin Ambrosia.
Thank you. And first I want to thank Mrs. McConnell, the principal here, teachers, staff, and especially Ms. Ganol for reaching out to the VFW and contacting me to be part of this presentation. I'm very honored. So good morning, boys and girls. Good morning! I went to Willard School many, many years ago in West Side, but I graduated from West Grand High School, and I joined the Marine Corps in 1977, and I stayed for almost 21 years. I left in 1928 when I retired. That makes me a veteran. Now, I'm also honored to be in this school because this school honors a veteran, Neil Armstrong. We all know he was the first man who landed on the moon, but he also was a veteran. He was a Navy veteran during the Korean War between 1950 and 1953 as a Navy fighter pilot. Very important, that's what this building stands for. Now, I'm wearing a uniform. I'm not in the military, but I'm part of what we call the Veterans of Foreign Wars. The VFW is like a club for veterans. And we look after veterans who fought in wars overseas. And there may be some parents here that are part of this group that are in an organization, VFW, the American Legion, and vets, who are part of a certain group that take care of veterans. And we recognize those veterans like you're doing right now in the school. Now, Veterans Day celebrates anyone who was in the military. It can be a long time ago, or it could be now. It could be during war, it could be during peace. And most everybody would like to see the world with more peace. As a veteran, you can see I wear certain things on my left chest here. I can continue wearing these because of this uniform I wear, representing veterans. And these ribbons could tell someone, well, you need to know what they mean. If you were in a country, you served in a war country. One of these is humanitarian service where I was in Africa, and I helped evacuate people in an African country to another country that was being ruled by a very bad dictator. And we made sure these people had food. We got them to a friendly country, they fresh water. So there's a lot of different things that veterans do in their lifetime, whether it be 4 years, 3 years, or 20 years, or even a general who's been there for 30 years. That all counts for some specific achievement that they had, that they did in their lifetime as a military person. Now, Veterans Day is always November 11th, and that goes back many, many years ago during World War I, when there was a peace treaty signed on November 11th, 11th day, 11th month, 11th day, and the 11th hour. And it's been that way for nearly, well, I would say over 100 years now. And we enjoy that. I mean, we enjoy Veterans Day, and right now you have Veterans Day, it's a long weekend. And that would give you more time to actually appreciate veterans. If you see someone if you see one on the street, and you see them in a mall, or a shopping center, and they wear a veteran's hat, and I see some of the parents, and I probably have one here, I'm going to show you. You may see, like I was in Desert Storm, so if you see a veteran this weekend, say thank you for Happy Veterans Day. And I'll tell you, they would very much appreciate it. You get a smile back or a thank you as well. And I see the flag displays up here too, that Miss Ganal. And she went by the Order of Services, the Army, the Marine, the Navy, the Air Force, and Coast Guard. There is one flag missing, which is a new service, which will be added probably by next year. Please, what is it here?
Space
There you go, United States Space Force. It was started in 2019, even though it's been around a little bit longer than that, but it was officially 2019 when it was actually started as far as recognized as a service. So on Veterans Day, we display flags. So if your house has a flag holder, or on your house or your porch, put the American flag up. If you don't have that, there is a nice park down at the football stadium called Memorial Park, and it represents 500 men and maybe women that have served, that have given their life for the country. And that's down at the stadium. You can see the wall there, and that would be a nice. It's a nice display of flags, and that wall is very interesting to look at. And now that you're very young, you know, some of you may go in the military. You have a long life ahead of you, and there may be some of you who may be here 20, 30 years ago, speaking like me to a group of young people, explaining the meaning of Veterans Day. And that would be the importance of educating boys and girls to this important holiday. I do have a little bit of a gift, but I am going to ask a question. During my talking, I spoke about Neil Armstrong, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to give out. These are birthday candles, and they're GI candles. You can put them on a birthday cake. Now, when I spoke about Neil Armstrong, can somebody tell me what war he was in? I see the hand. No, did you see a hand go back?
I did, only one of them.
I seen a hand go back up there first.
With the white shirt?
I think it,
Kamaya?
Yeah.
You with the white shirt?
Yep.
Stand up, Kamaya.
Partially right, not quite. I was looking for what war he was in. He was in the Navy. Okay.
Timmy?
No, you're getting close. Yep, that's closer. You're getting closer. Okay, I see in the green shirt over there. We don't want that yet, no. Okay. But you're Korean War. Now, there you go. Okay, that's it for my speech. And maybe later today we can talk during the rest of the presentation or after. Thank you.
Let's give another round of applause.
Thank you, sir. So as Mr. Ambrosia is a veteran and all of these fine people in front of me, we have a student who sent a message. And our student right now is in Texas. He was in Europe just a little while ago, and he came to this very school just like you. Sat here, was in veterans programs, he was in chorus, everything you did. And in the 4th grade, he said, Ms. Gunal, I am going to be in the Army. In the 4th grade. And you know what? He is. And here's his message now. First Lieutenant Darren Pitts, United States Army.
Hi everyone, my name is Darren Pitts. I'm a first lieutenant in the United States Army. I am stationed at Fort Cavazos, Texas, in the 1st Battalion, 8th Cavalry, 1st Cavalry Division. I recently just returned from a rotation to Eastern Europe in support of our NATO allies, including the first NATO mission to Finland. And I just want to say thank you to all the veterans there at New Armstrong over school today, and just to all the students. I myself am a graduate of New Armstrong and was a student many years ago, and just want to wish you all a happy Veterans Day and say hello.
So we would say that Darren is on active duty, right, veterans? So active duty, and one day he will be here with us as a veteran, but many years to come. So our next thing is, we would like to sing for you, for all our guests that are in front of us. We would like to sing for you. When you recognize a song that belongs to you, would you please stand and be recognized?
Are you ready, Neil Armstrong?
We're always ready for the call. We
our program. We have 3 students that had an assignment to do. They had like a little project, right? All right, I'm going to tell you about that project. Go ahead up to the mic. Mia Rose and Zach Matt and Mia Grace, I'm sorry to do that to her all the time, and Tyler McConnell. Give them a hand.
You know we're here to research veterans and the Veterans Day holiday on November 11th.
I don't even know what it is.
A veteran is a who and not a what. You better start by going to the dictionary and looking up the definition of a veteran.
What do you mean a veteran is a who? Go look it up. We can use the definition in our project. Is a veteran a person?
Go look it up in the dictionary.
All right. Here it is. A veteran is a person who has served in the armed forces, an experienced soldier, especially one who served in time of war. Veterans Day is a legal holiday in the United States honoring all veterans of the armed forces.
See, a veteran isn't a one, it's a person who served their country. They are the ones that get flags put on their graves on holidays.
No. A veteran isn't always someone who died in the war or even fought in the war at all.
He's right. A veteran is a man who has served in the Army, Navy, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, or Air Force.
Well, you're half right.
What do you mean I'm half right?
Well, women can be veterans too. Many women have served our country in the armed forces in times of peace and in times of war. Women can be veterans too.
You mean a veteran doesn't have to have been in the war?
No, just having been in the armed forces makes a person a veteran.
Wow, veterans are really special people, aren't they? I mean, if a person is in the armed forces and we have a war, then they have to go, right?
No, not really. Veterans are people who have already served, but are no longer in the armed forces of their country. My grandfather is a veteran who was in the Korean War, and my uncle Jake is a veteran too because he was in the Navy.
You know, veterans are really special people and deserve to be honored with a holiday.
There are a lot of patriotic songs that honor veterans in our country. Maybe we could include a song in our project.
Great, let's pick out one that everybody can sing along with.
Veterans Day would be a good time to remember and thank veterans for all they have done for us and for our country.
And for all our special guests, we have a song for you from the chorus. They're ahead of you on the risers, and our other friends are going to join in where they can as well.
Veterans are brave men and women who are still alive today. We thank them for their service and the price they choose to pay. Each day we live in freedom, and our memory must not fade. The reason for this freedom comes from sacrifices made. So we celebrate our veterans on the 11th of November. We thank them for their courage and pledge always to remember.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you and so many. My friend Barb here helping work the PowerPoint, and she really brought that together for me. Miss Cindy, Miss Johnson, and all the teachers that helped make this possible. But most importantly, are who, ladies and gentlemen? So we thank you for being with us today to learn this lesson about Veterans Day. Mr. Ambrosia, thank you for talking with us. Our student body will, I hope, forever remember their lesson about what a veteran is and why we find those people to be so important to America. Let's give one big giant round of applause. Special guests are going to stay and have some pictures, some more coffee if they wish, and treats. They can chat. And Mr. Ambrosia said he would be glad to come out here. He doesn't know what he's getting himself into to answer some questions. But remember, we're not going to mob them, right?
No.
Okay, so we can ask some questions afterwards. But you know what? While we say goodbye and let our guests walk back over to their room, let's sing a great patriotic song, and they can join us as well. You're a grand old flag.